The Grange Musical Collection, based in Suffolk. They're the UK's largest and most diverse museum for mechanical music, with regular public open days planned again in the near future. They're always on the lookout for a new and unique exhibit. Contact in confidence if you have something to sell. Find them on Facebook or visit thegrangemusicalcollection.com. Proud supporters of Mechanical Music Radio.
Broadcasting from our studios in the UK. Heard around the world.
Automatic musical instruments.
On app, on Alexa speakers and online. Tuesday Night Live.
With James Dundon.
Hello, evening. Hope you're okay. God blimey, this computer is slow tonight. I know Bill Gates has got to pay for his divorce, but really, does he really want me to buy a new machine? I don't. Come on, Bill Gates. Anyway, welcome to the show. Here we are in May. Can you believe that? And other news we couldn't believe during the week, Nick Williams buying the X-Day 89-key G4 Gavioli, a stunning instrument now in Nick's custodianship, and we're joined live by its new owner, Nick Williams. Has a little chat to us during the show tonight about what he plans to do with it. And also, has the news sunk in yet? When does it ever sink in with an instrument that you own? I think you just need to take it to loads of events. And sleep in the trailer. That helps you make it feel like your own as well. By the time you do your ablutions in the back of the trailer, it's, oh yes, it feels like mine then. Coming up, we've got a Connect 4 that's a little bit hard, but don't overthink it. It's actually quite easy. Coming up after we start with a bit of pop, this is an aha hit, Take On Me, on the Kunkel's organ, Tuesday Night Live. Welcome along. Take On Me, the Kunkel's organ is playing on Mechanical Music Radio. So a couple of things you can think about during the live show tonight. One, what would you like to hear? Because after 10, it's your choices. Get on the jukebox, mechanicalmusicradio.com, and click send a request. Two, our Tuesday talking point, and I don't know, maybe we'll get loads on this, maybe we won't get anything. I had to think about it. What was the last dream related to mechanical music you had? So you were dreaming in your sleep about a particular instrument or something happening, or maybe it was a friend of yours from the mechanical music world. What was the last dream related to mechanical music you had? So I've got a very strange reoccurring dream about my Dutch Street organ Blauger. And I dream, and this has happened a few times now, I've dreamt that I forget to zip her up. And I realise when I see it's like lashing down with rain outside when I'm at an event. And then I run back to the organ and it's, you know, the rain is like beating in it. You know, it's literally drenched. And I get a towel, wipe it off, and it's fine. And it's still playing. What does that mean? Can we get a dream psychologist on to decipher what it means? It means that I'm an irresponsible organ owner that spends too much time in the beer tent. No, I'm fine. So I forget to close Blauger up. She gets wet and then I dry her off and she's fine. What does it mean? What was the last dream you had about mechanical music? You might need to help me out on this. If you've got one, please send it in, because I don't think I'm going to have many. I want to hear from you right now. Get in touch. You can text, you can email. mechanicalmusicradio.com to send us a message. Just click the Contact Us page. Or you can text us 07871 221 511. All right, get in touch. What was the last dream you had about mechanical music?
4 songs, but what's the connection? Mechanical Music Radio's Connect 4.
Tonight's Connect 4 has been sent in by Ingmar from grindorgans.com. He has come up with a very topical Connect 4, and I think it's a bit tough. When you think you know, give us a text, give us an email, and we get into the first track, which is May Serenade.
Mechanical Music Radio's Connect 4.
Tracks in on our Connect 4. There's a bit of Gershwin on a pianola. Novelette in Fourths is our second track, and the first track was May Serenade. So we got May Serenade and Novelette in Fourths. Now, I think tonight's Connect 4 is quite difficult, although you might just go, got it. Instantly got it. It's one of those tonight. So get in touch when you think you know. 07871 221 511. You can also get in touch on the email mechanicalmusicradio.com. So we've had May Serenade, Novelette in Fourths, and third track is You Are My Lucky Star.
Mechanical Music Radio's Connect 4.
Wow. That was an interesting Connect 4. It's not an obvious one tonight. We played May Serenade, Novelette in Fourths, You Are My Lucky Star, and Varda's Brief. Varda's Brief. So we've got May Serenade, Novelette in Fourths, You Are My Lucky Star, Varda's Brief. What do you think the connection could be? Get in touch. I'll reveal the answer in 2 minutes.
Text the studio now. 07871 221 511. Or email through our website, mechanicalmusicradio.com. Four songs, but what's the connection? Mechanical Music Radio's Connect 4.
Well, it was a hard one tonight. Ian Tepper sent me an email simply saying, well, that's the end of my hat trick. Oh, Ian, you've had a stinker. No, it was a hard one tonight. If you were playing along, the 4 tracks we played on Connect 4, May Serenade, Novelette in Fourths, You Are My Lucky Star, and Varda's Brief. God, it was hard, wasn't it? Do you know who was fastest finger first? It was Nick Williams. Come on, Nick. He's on with us in the next sort of 20 minutes talking about his new acquisition, by the way, the X-Day 89-key Gavioli. Nick is going to be on to talk about that, and he is fastest finger first on tonight's Connect 4. A lot of people said, is it to do with months of the year? That's what we have from Alan Bookham and also Josh in Red Roof. No. But Nick was fastest finger first. Andrew Roth said elections. Ian Tepper said numbers. Everyone got very confused tonight. Second place was Thomas Potter. That was our next correct answer. Third place, Peter Mackett. Also, well done to Josh in Red Roof, who came back with the right answer eventually. Also, Rich Lavangi gets it correct. Also, hi to Ben Jackson, who gets it. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to get the phone. Hang on. I've got to see what text we've had in. Oh, I think the phone has gone kaput. Hang on. I'll get it working and let you know in a minute. Look, if you were playing along with the Connect 4, the connection we were looking for was Star Wars Day. Because today is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Today is International Star Wars Day. Ladies and gentlemen, we played May Serenade. We played Novelette in Fourths, May the 4th. And we played You Are My Lucky Star, Star Wars. And we played Varda's Brief, Darth Vader, Vader. You get it.
Rollcutter.com is the place to go for organ plans and parts. Peter and Rosemary Hood are proud to announce that they've purchased the J Omega business from Dr. John Whale. J Omega has become the go-to site for MIDI boards, also known as whale boards, for so many of us in the organ world. In order to keep continuity, they're keeping the J Omega website and extending the sales field to include shipping to the USA and Canada. Visit them at rollcutter.com.
Playing 3 tracks in a row from iconic instruments. Tuesday, triple plays.
Well, it's the news story that everyone's been talking about the past week. Nick Williams has purchased the X-Day Gavioli 89-key G4 instrument. It's a stunning machine. Now, it's an organ that's never been played on Mechanical Music Radio just because it's never been properly recorded. But I'm delighted to have received these files from Nick this morning. We're going to play you 3 on the triple play right now, and they're 3 totally different arrangements, totally different styles of music. So I think it will really show how versatile the instrument is and what power it has as well. Coming up, the second piece of this triple play is going to be something a bit more popular. It was an Adele song that was a number 1, arranged by Tom Meyer. So you'll hear that. And also we have a Watson Clark favourite to play you as the third piece. But we're going to start with a merengue arrangement. And this is Alice, Where Art Thou on the X-Day Gavioli.
Mechanical Music Radio. Mechanical Music Radio.
The Furious Face, a Watson Clark classic. And we also played Tom Myers' Make You Feel My Love and Alice, Where Art Thou, an arrangement by Merengue on the X-Day Gavioli, 89-key G4 instrument now owned by Nick Williams. And Nick is on to tell you about his new purchase and what he plans to do with it in the next 5 minutes. Stay there.
Mechanical Music Radio's 1 Second Song.
Now, I wonder if you'll find tonight's 1 second song easier than the Connect 4. We can only hope. Here we go. This is the clip. Any ideas? I think you'll do all right with that. It's going da 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 da. Get in touch then. We'll reveal at the end of the show.
Text the studio now. 07871 221 511 or email through our website mechanicalmusicradio.com.
Oh, and I need to say hi to Trev in his shed, also Denise and Paul Rogers, and hi to Catherine and Robert in Callington, and also Lily Thomas, who's with them tonight. All these people, messages I missed before because the mobile phone went kaput, but I've got it working again. So if you want to text for the 1 second song, you're very welcome. Right, the Jonas Gavioli now on Tuesday Night Live. A cup of coffee, a sandwich and you, Jonas Gavioli. Now, what are you in the mood to hear? Maybe it's an instrument you haven't heard us play for a little while. Maybe you just fancy resetting the ears with a musical box. Or you want a stonking great big overture on a fair organ. Whatever you want, we'll play it after 10 tonight. Get your request in the queue right now. Go to mechanicalmusicradio.com, click request a song. We've got an hour of your choices to fit in. And bear in mind, since the last month we've started this, we've played over 1,000 requests on air because we do it every half hour of the day and a full hour every evening at 10. So join us now for another one. We'll do it as of 10 o'clock tonight when the live show ends. So get your request in now, mechanicalmusicradio.com. And coming up next, we speak to Nick Williams about his new toy.
Nixon Automatic Instrument Sales. Leading dealers in mechanical music, selling quality instruments all over the world. Big or small, they can expertly handle the exporting, packaging, shipping and delivery of the instrument. And they're always buying. If you're looking to sell your instrument or even your whole collection, they offer a fast, friendly, hassle-free solution. Don't forget to like their page on Facebook to hear first what comes into stock and visit mechanicalmusicsales.com. Nixon Automatic Instrument Sales.
James Dundon here this evening. Hello, hello. A lot of people tuning in to hear about one of the most, how do I describe it? I wouldn't say it's a shock, but it is. It's a surprise. It's a good shock. We found out during the week a very historic and important instrument has been acquired by an enthusiast many of you will know. Nick Williams has purchased the X-Day Gavioli, and he's with us on the live show tonight. Hi, Nick.
Hi, James.
Is it a shock? Is it a surprise?
It's a surprise to me, and I bought it.
Yeah. When do you get used to feeling that you own such an instrument?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, we're only custodians at the end of the day. It's not sunk in yet. It doesn't feel real. Perhaps I'm just working too hard and I've just not had chance to settle down with it. I am rationing myself playing it for the sake of the neighbours and for the sake of me. But it is growing on me that this iconic instrument is in my custodianship. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So just set the scene, Nick. A little bit of history about the instrument, and I'm sure just before purchasing it, you would have done a lot of research into it and found out as much as you could. It's known as the X-Day Gavioli, but take us right back through its history.
Okay, yes. Well, we know it was over in the continent, built circa 1905 in Paris. It's a French Gavioli playing on the G4 scale, which, as we all know, is the pièce de résistance of organ scales in the 89 key variant. Serial number 9085 gives us that date. The first thing we know about it in this country is when it was imported by the Gavioli agents in London, Chiappas, of course, just after the First World War. It actually came over with 3 instruments, one of which was the South Sea Gavioli, which another iconic instrument we all know.
Mm.
Now, we know Chiappas reduced the facade slightly to get it into the 3-abreast gallopers that was purchased in 1920 by James Day. I believe a family relation of the Days was the Pettigroves, Alf Pettigrove, and there was some arrangement there. I haven't quite found out the detail. Perhaps he bought it from Chiappas or ordered it, or however it was. In 1920 onwards, it was installed in the Savage Gallopers, owned and campaigned by James Day. So it was going out and about and entertaining the masses as the Day family travelled the ride. Now, when the Second World War came up, it was initially laid up, but a bit of a surprising fact I unearthed. The ride was actually taken out of storage in 1941 and taken around to entertain people. There we all are thinking that the war's on, people are not going to fairground rides, but it seems they were keeping people's spirits up, and the organ must have been playing away merrily with all the hits of the day to entertain people, which is wonderful, really.
Yeah.
We know after the war, not totally sure on the date, it's been said possibly 1950s, but I found a photograph that suggests it's a bit earlier. But James Day bought a permanent piece of land at Aberavon on the Welsh coast, South Wales, and set up an amusement park with several other rides. And there the gallopers were set up permanently with this 89-key Gavioli as the centrepiece for providing the music to the fair and dragging all those punters in. And I've actually been able to find quite a few photographs at the National Fairground Archive of the organ in situ, which is fantastic. It actually has perspex in front of the pipes in a lot of those pictures, presumably for protection, but perhaps to keep the volume down. That really has preserved it very well. And unusually, it has had an awfully long innings with that ride, because it was there until 1984.
Wow. So it really was a working organ right up to sort of more recent times, one of the later ones that served. And as you say, the instrument is quite highly original.
Oh, yes. So I think I've counted 8 pipes I know are new, 400 pipes in it. They all appear old and original and patinaed and lovely. It's actually quite rare in some of the pipe work that's in it, actually. It has got both wooden trombones and brass resonator trombones. which in combination with the saxophone helpers on the flute bass gives you a 3-reed bass, which fantastic bass on the organ. It's divine. The other nice thing on the counter melody, it's actually got a rank of Gavioli. They're called cor anglais, which translates as English horn. They are a brass pipe with a funny conical shaped top, quite distinctive if you look at the photographs. They were probably added by Chiappas. We think they came out of a 98 key Gavioli, so we think they were probably put in 1920. Again, more research to do. That's sort of a minor alteration that it experienced. But yes, if you look at the photographs, I put some on Facebook, you can see them circulating around the internet. Even the paint scheme appears the same now as it was when it was in the ride up until the time it was taken out, which is lovely.
And the front looks in incredibly good condition. I'm guessing it was redecorated sort of in the last sort of 20, 30 years. Who by, Nick?
We don't know. If anyone does know, I haven't had a chance to have a word with Kevin Mayers, who did the excellent restoration on that organ, because when it came out, the Gallopers, it was acquired by Keith Emmett, who commissioned Kevin to do the restoration. It's a chat I'm going to have. Unfortunately, work has got in the way at the moment. And find out, because that's a great question, but it's done beautifully. The colours are lovely, and what I absolutely love about it is it's a just typical of the era 1905 Art Nouveau facade. It's like no other.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. It really is. It's presented beautifully. Now, you've got the trailer, but I understand you haven't got the tow truck, and a lot of people are wondering, what's the plan? Are you going to be able to travel this? We'll find out the answer to that question after we hear another track from it, and this is actually a Kevin Myers arrangement, the man who restored the organ. It's Death or Glory March. Kevin Mears' arrangement, Death or Glory March, is playing on the X-Day 89-key Gavioli, now owned by Nick Williams. Shock news we heard during the week that Nick has managed to get a beautiful, historic instrument. And it's so encouraging, Nick, that, the younger generation, there's been a few cases for the last couple of years of the younger generation sort of stepping up to the plate and starting to take on some of this stuff. And someone needs to, don't they?
Well, absolutely. I mean, what a fantastic job the Dobbs family have done. So they campaigned that organ for 21 years. Chris Dobbs has taken it around all the rallies in the Midlands, and it did make an appearance at the Great Dorset Steam Fair, of course, in 2008. Which would be the 40th rally when they had the recreation of the showground of the first Dorset. So it's been everywhere. They've done a cracking job. And of course, Chris's son Stuart is a professional organ builder. He actually served his apprenticeship with Gotzer and Gwynn Limited. They must be one of Britain's leading classical organ builders now, with all the historic instruments they work with. And I know Stuart's back doing that job now. It's a job he loves. So clearly it made sure that the organ was in good fettle. But yes, it is a little bit of a responsibility, isn't it? Having an instrument like this, it has to go out. Everyone has to enjoy it. And I will definitely be taking on the baton.
Yeah, you will. So what, have you got anything planned at the minute? Any maybe dates in the diary we can get excited for? Any details of how you're going to transport it around?
Absolutely none. However, I'm open to suggestion, and I have initially, how can I put it? It was going to go in a lorry. It'd be much easier in a lorry, wouldn't it? Let's just take it out the trailer, pop it on a lorry, register as a display vehicle, shouldn't be an issue. However, having got the machine home, that trailer is stunning. It's been beautifully put together. It's actually got a bit of history in itself. It used to be a mobile telephone exchange. So they'd wheel it round in the event of a electrical problem at an exchange, or if there was a big event on, like the Olympics or something, they'd wheel it round. It's quite a rare trailer. So I am looking for a tow tractor, ideally with a bit of showman's history, because it's nice to get two exhibits in one. So if anyone listening has something and wants to lend me their Foden or their ERF, or hey, their Bowl Scenic Showman's engine, I'll look after it. We'll find a way. The important thing for me, it's something I've been doing now since 1999, is taking organs out, hiring them to events. So the important thing to me is to make sure I do still get a few commercial bookings, weddings, in the past I provided music for Warwick Castle and some of the big events that used to be put on when we had events, James. Do you remember?
Yeah, I know.
And by having a few of those, that will effectively keep the coffers coming in to be able to do the steam fairs, which we know they're loss-making, but they're great fun and they've got to be done.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, absolutely. The supporting the rallies, because that's where you see the supporters and the enthusiasts. So it is good. Well, Nick,
it's important we effectively regenerate. So you think we've had 2 years of not having rallies? We've got all these young people going around not knowing what a fairground organ is. So we need to retrain. We need to get people interested again, campaign these organs out there. And like me and you, we saw events at a steam fair, organs at a steam fair, and fell in love. And it's what we've got to keep doing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I wouldn't have got into this hobby had I not seen one. You know, if it was up to going to some sort of museum or private collection, never would have happened for me. And we wouldn't be here having this conversation now. Isn't it funny? Just going out and seeing the general public, you can make such a difference, whatever instrument you own. And I think that's the moral of the story here. And Nick, I mean, it's incredibly exciting to think that the instrument's got a good home, and here on British soil as well, because there's that could have been another one that we could have lost. You just never know.
Absolutely. It's been in this country for a century, and here's to the next century.
Nick, good luck. Keep in touch. Mechanical Music Radio.
Mechanical Music Radio's 1 second song.
Yeah, that was tonight's 1 second song. Well done if you identified it. This was the clip. And if we played a little bit more... Yeah. Of course, we had to play the Star Wars theme in full. It's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Well done to Thomas Potter, who was fastest finger first with this. Peter Mackett, a close second. Andrew Roth was third. Also need to say hi to Bill Warder, Ben Jackson, Mandy and Alan, who are listening online as well. Barry Kirk. Good guess, no, but thanks. David Aldridge as well, listening online. Trevor Nishshed, Tanya and Hale, and many more. Thank you so much for listening to the live show tonight, whoever you are, wherever you are. And in fact, we've got a load of people lined up next for a request. Tom's in St Ives, Amanda in Brighton, Ivy in Ely, Jim in Hertfordshire, David in Ireland, and many more. Get your request in the queue. We'll play it next after 10.